attorney. Nakikiraman po kami na grabe ang pinag-aagihan ng pamilya nito. And ma'am, we would like to know if what's the decision of the family as to the offer of the government that the secretary will be buried in the libingan ng mga bayani.
First of all po, we feel very honored na in-offer yung libingan ng mga bayani, but we are very sure that Jess would prefer to be buried here. Naga has always been his home. He always tells me this is his happy place. Kaya palagay ko, we will be doing him a great disservice pag hindi siya dito nilibing.
Ma'am, we would like to know also if how the family feels now, the brothers and sisters of Secretary Robredo and his parents.
How we are coping, syempre napakahirap. Masakit masyadong mawala ng asawa, masakit mawala ng tatay, masakit mawala ng kapatid. Pero kami kasi alam namin na ito yung ginusto ng Diyos. Wala naman kami magagawa kung hindi tanggapin. Si Jess all through his life, parati niya sinasabi na kung anong nakatakda, yun yung mangyayari. When the accident happened, maluwag sa kalooban kong tanggapin na yun yung nakatakda para sa kanya. Kaya palagay ko yung pinakamaitutulong na lang namin sa katahimikan niya na ipakita sa kanya na matatag kami at kaya namin.
And last question, Ma'am Lenny. Ano po yung usapan niyo ni Secretary while he was on flight?
Actually, mahaba yung usapan namin. On a regular basis, nag-uusap kami mga 10-20 times a day. Pero that particular Saturday, halos siguro na doble yun. Yung exchange of text messages, saka yung tawagan. He was flying to Cebu while meron naman kami ditong okasyon. Kung ano yung nangyayari sa okasyon, I would update him. Tatawag siya, masaya. Gusto niya makausap yung anak ko, magko-congratulate. All throughout the day, ganun yung tenor ng aming usapan. He wants to be home. Akala niya matatapos yung okasyon ng anak ko at 5 p.m. But at 2 p.m., I texted him, tapos na, wala ka na maaabutan. So he knew na wala na siya maaabutan. I thought hindi na siya tutuloy. But then a staff member of his told me, natutuloy pa din siya. Yun kasi, it was not very unusual. Kasi tuwang-tuwa siya pag nasusurpresa niya kami. Yung akala namin hindi siya dadating, pero dadating siya. So sabi ko, ganun na naman yung mangyayari. But I texted him at about 3:15, that was 3:15. Sabi ko pa, tutuloy ka daw pala. Tapos ang sagot niya sa akin, yes, boarded na. So sabi ko, boarded ka na. Tapos sabi niya, take your time. Kasi ako talaga yung sumusundo sa kanya sa airport. I drive the car, sinusundo ko siya sa airport. Sabi niya, take your time kasi ETA is 4:15 pa naman. So I think I left the house about 3:40 in the afternoon. I drove to Pili Airport, to Dinaga Airport in Pili. Just before I reached the airport, nag-text siya. Sabi niya, balik ang plane sa Cebu. So I asked him bakit, but he did not answer me. Instead, he replied again, balik ang plane sa Cebu. I was waiting for his instructions if I would wait for him at the airport or if I would go home muna, then just come back. Pero hindi ko siya makontak. I was trying to call him up. So instead, I decided to go home. I texted him, tawag ako ng tawag sa'yo, hindi ka sumasagot. And he answered, mahirap kasi ang signal. So I iniwan ko muna yon kasi nagda-drive nga ako. But when I reached home, it was about, I think, mga 4, siguro mga ano yon, tinignan ko pala. Tinignan ko yung log ng cellphone ko, it was 4:40. Kaya sabi ko, imposibleng 4:30 nangyari yung accident. Unless yung time ng phone ko was advanced. Pero 4:40 yung log sa cellphone ko. I was finally able to contact him sa smart number niya. He answered. Pero sabi niya sa akin, Ma, sandali lang, may inaasikaso ako, tawagan na lang kita. In a very calm voice. It was as if I was calling him while he was in the middle of a meeting. Tapos sasabihin niya sa akin, tatawagan na lang kita. So I told him, okay. hinayaan ko na yon. I didn't call him again kasi I thought for a fact that nagland sila safely in Cebu and kaya siya busy because he was trying to find tickets in a commercial flight. Pero about 15 minutes after, mga 5 o'clock siguro, 4:55 to 5 o'clock, his security in Manila, Paul, called me up. Sabi niya, "Ma'am, nakausap mo ba si sir?" Medyo nalito pa nga ako because I told him, "Oo, 5 minutes ago." Tapos sabi niya, 5 minutes? Sabi ko, baka 10 minutes. Pero apparently, it was about 15 to 20 minutes na. Tapos sabi ko, bakit? Tapos sinabi niya na sabi niya, a few minutes ago, he called me up, asking for help na i-clear daw yung Masbate Airport because they were going to make an emergency landing. He already did that. In fact, I think the airport was cleared already for landing. Several officials were there. Pero may sightings daw of a plane na nag-crash sa dagat. Hindi pa nagsisink in sa akin, so sabi ko, sinuggest kaya yun? Sabi ni Paul, siguro ma'am hindi naman. Sana ma'am hindi naman. Pero when I put my phone down, dun na, naisip ko na baka siya na nga yun. I told my youngest daughter first because she was the one with me. I told her, let us pray. Because something might have happened to Papa's plane. She was already crying. I decided to call up Aika. She was in Araneta Coliseum watching the UAAP, Ateneo versus FEU. I told her what happened. She left the game, picked up her sister, and they went to church. In-inform ko na din yung brother-in-law ko, saka yung mga sisters-in-law ko. My youngest daughter, Jillian, was already crying and she was asking me, can we go to church? And I told her, in my condition, I don't think I can drive. Kasi yung feeling ko parang nag-jelly na yung aking legs. In a few minutes, dumating si Mayor Bongat and the City Council. Tapos until ang dami ng tao sa bahay. Everyone was hoping that he would be okay. Pero ako, after the first night, I knew that he was gone.
And ma'am, last question lang po. No? Gaano po katotoo na si Sir Jess tumawag dito sa Pili Airport and the Pili Airport advised him na by the time darating yung aeroplano, gabi na, baka madilim na, so hindi na daw po safe na mag-land.
Hindi ko
So
yun alam.
he was advised to go back to Cebu and better take the Cebu Pacific flight.
Hindi, I only read about it in the papers, pero hindi niya yun sa akin sinabi.
Alright.
Actually, ang sinabi niya lang sa akin yung babalik sa Cebu.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next.
Hi, ma'am. Naghiramay po kami.
Maraming salamat.
Ako si Cara David sa Channel 7. Nakausap niyo na po ba yung aide po ni Secretary Robredo? And ano po yung mensahe ninyo tungkol sa kanya dahil kayo po yung nakausap niyo?
Hindi ko pa siya nakausap, but I texted his father. I was told that he was going to Manila on board a van, on board an ambulance, I think, with his father. I looked for the telephone number of his father, and then I texted him. Kasi ako, I knew how he must be feeling. Ang sabi ko, Sir, si Lenny Robredo po ito, pakisabi po kay June, nagpapasalamat kami. Nagpapasalamat kami kasi nabuhay siya. Nagpapasalamat kami kasi alam namin na binantayan niya yung asawa ko. Ano po yun may mga nababasa ako against him. Pero who is ever prepared for a plane crash? Diba? We do not expect him na isalba niya yung asawa ko at siya mamamatay. Kung ano man yung nangyari doon, instinct yun, at sinabi ko nga kanina, yun yung nakatakda. Si June po served my husband very well. Mabait siyang tao, mabait siya sa amin lahat. Kaya kung ano man yung nararamdaman ko sa kanya ngayon, pasasalamat yun lahat.
Tapos maraming nagsasabi na bigyan daw ng posthumous confirmation. Tapos ngayon pinag-uusapan na naman yung controversy kung bakit hindi siya na-confirm sa CA. Sa tingin niyo po, this is necessary? Ano po sa tingin niyo yung the best way to remember and pagbigyan ng pagpupugay ang asawa niyo po si Secretary Recuento?
Ako po, ayoko mag-comment tungkol dun sa idea na magbibigay ng posthumous confirmation. Pero siguro sa akin yung personal na pinag-usapan namin tungkol dyan, isi-share ko sa inyo. Yung na-schedule yata yung confirmation na Wednesday, I think it was last Wednesday. The Wednesday before that, I texted him. Sabi ko, because we are devotees of the Virgin of Peña Francia, I was telling him, Pa, I started the novena today for your confirmation hearing. Sabi ko, tamang-tama ang ika-9 days. Yung hearing mismo, on a Wednesday. Yung sagot niya po sa akin, ay, wag mo na yung ipagdasal. Sabi niya, okay na, kahit hindi ako makonfirm, okay lang yun. Sabi niya, ipagdasal mo na lang yung midterms ng anak mo kasi magme-midterms na. So ako palagay ko, I'm just speculating, pero baka hindi naman yun ganun ka importante for him. I think yung mas importante sa kanya na nagawa niya yung kanyang trabahong mahusay. Parang ano naman kasi, para sa akin, parang formality yon. Ayoko na mag-comment kung yung mga postponements, yung mga previous confirmation. Pero I would like to think na hindi yun malaking bagay sa kanya na hindi siya na-confirm.
Ma'am, final question. Your husband has been a bastion of good governance and he's been awarded several times for yung pinapakita niyang good governance. So, paano po siya dapat alalahanin or what would the family want na para talagang magpatuloy yung legacy po sa Secretary?
Ako, as of now, siguro dahil numb with grief pa din kami, wala akong maisip na concrete steps. I would want to continue kung hindi yung legacy niya kasi mukhang hindi ko kaya yung kanyang ginawa. Pero gusto ko sana to keep his memory alive. Kung ano man yun, siguro later on pag-uusapan. Pero I think, yung pinaka mapapakita siguro para alalahanin siya, na sana yung mga nasimulan niya mapatuloy kung sino man yung papalit. At saka yung mga seeds na naipundar niya sa mga local government units. Sana tumubo yun. Kasi sayang naman. Parang pag hindi kasi yun nangyari, parang yung lahat na pagod ng asawa ko, parang mapupunta sa wala.
Ma'am,
Good morning.
Ian Recuento lang from Manila Bulletin. Ma'am, have you decided so far kung i-cremate mo may burial place dito sa St. Jessica?
Nung nabubuhay pa po si Jess, parati niya sinasabing pag namatay daw siya, gusto niya i-cremate. So most probably, we would be following his wishes, i-cremate siya. But I think we owe it to the people of Naga na magkaroon kami ng burial place na pwede nilang mabisita. So we are preparing for that.
Tapos, so far mayroon na bang decision ng family or since kompleto na yata yung magpapatid?
Dumating po ngayong umaga yung sister-in-law.
Ipapaalam na ba sa...
Mukhang kadadating niya lang po pag-uusapan yata ngayong umaga.
Thank you po.
Thank you.